It's time to take A Therapeutic Dose, a prescription-strength reality TV podcast that explores the intersection of reality TV and therapy. Possible side effects may include entertainment, strong emotional reactions, and/or laughter. Here are your hosts, Ramona Ramirez and Margee McGee. We go to Jen and Tan Ryan at Las Brisas. Again, I know someone that knows someone who knows Ryan. And they called him Tan Ryan because there was already another Ryan in the group. Jen's Ryan came along second. He was tan. They called him Tan Ryan. This man's eyes scream danger to me. His eyes scream danger. And I think she should run. And
I think she thinks she should run, but
I think she does too.
Life
but she's
is so destabilized right now that she's just grabbing onto any,
my God.
any
My
life
God.
raft in a
my God
stirred up sea.
They ordered Malibu rum and Diet Pepsi. And if my friend Jill happens to listen to this episode, I just want to remind her that we were so young when we went through our Malibu rum phase and we thought we were so amazing because we're like, oh, coconut rum and Diet Coke. Yeah. And it was a novelty and it's also disgusting. And I would never as an adult drink Malibu fucking rum.
Also, Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi.
Can you be any more Orange County? It's just ever so slightly off brand. It's no.
It's not even Diet Coke. It's Diet Pepsi.
It's it's a teenager's drink and also Pepsi. It's oh God, you guys are just.
Oh my God.
It's just, yeah, that's Orange County to me. Malibu rum and Diet Pepsi sort of is, that's
what I'm saying.
That speaks Orange County. It's just it's not Coke. And it's not real liquor. It's just bleh.
And Heather can drink all the Vouv she wants. Come to me when you know, some under the radar, super hyper expensive champagne, bitch. Everyone knows what Vouv is. Fuck her. She didn't even call for this scene, and I'm ripping her a new one.
Yeah, whatever. This is we get the news that Jen has been evicted because her husband is no longer paying his share of the rent of the house that she's in with the kids, which was the lion's share of that rent. Nobody has any money because her husband is no longer working for the family company. She makes $50 a class, and she appears to be at least $24,000 in the hole, which is really scary. And I guess Ryan and her dad are bridging the gaps. And then Ryan suggests that she and the kids move in with him. And she literally is I'd rather be evicted.
You know that one GIF that's so GIF? Fuck, sorry, whatever. It's that off-brand Muppet. It's a monkey wearing a shirt and it's all. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, with just big, round,
big
white,
eyes,
bulbous eyes and little.
Does anyone else see this?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was that GIF so many times last night watching this episode. And when he said that, I was all, I was that GIF.
I mean,
yes.
So was Jen, basically. She was and then Ryan does the scariest thing because he says everything right. His script is right, but he's just he's so shady. He goes,
he's so shady.
Everything I hear you say is the worst case scenario. And Jen goes, because everything feels like that right now. And she's right. She's being evicted. Her divorce is a disaster. Everything is the worst case scenario. And Ryan goes, what if you allow yourself to say, what if it all works out like we planned?
No, dude.
And why wouldn't it work out? We got this. It's because you're a felon.
Because
you're laundering money as we speak.
Right. Because you literally the minute they found out that you were in on the fuck, what's that Dodger's name? God damn it. I should know this.
Ohani.
Yes. Ohani's interpreter is the case being built against him is partly because of Tan Ryan talking to the FBI about him because he was involved. I think he got money from Ohani's interpreter.
It sounds he got $16 million.
Something insane. I'm so glad we get to watch that drama
unfold. Me too.
But he is such, yeah. So it just made me so sad because she is saying, well, what if this doesn't work out? That is probably her inner child talking to her adult brain. That's her gut. Her gut is screaming bitch, This is not going to happen. Don't look to him to give you the answers. The answers are always within. I hate that.
But she knows, just like she did last year when she knew he sent a dick pic to another woman. She knew he was cheating. She's just staying. And I don't know why exactly. I guess because kids are involved now. I don't know. I guess. And also I do know why, because it's sometimes it's better to have a companion even if they suck. Being alone is a real piece of shit. So, you know, but Ryan is also a real piece of shit. So like it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. And they're
He's,
engaged now?
oh yeah,
Oh,
they're engaged. They're engaged.
that's tough.
It's real tough. It's disgusting. Godspeed. Good luck. I really hope
Sure.
it works out. Heather, Emily, and Alexis. Heather wants to be Alexis's friend. I don't know.
It
Whatever.
softened me like the littlest bit towards Alexis when Heather tells us that this year Alexis lost her mom, who was
Yes.
she was very close to.
Yes.
Now Alexis never talks about that,
Right.
but I can suddenly see why she flew into the arms of John Stupid Jansen, because she's grieving. She's just trying not to feel like that deep pain. So she's like,
Interesting.
I'll climb into bed with this guy and just
Ew,
avoid
he's
it for a
so
while.
gross.
He's so gross.
He's so gross. He just looks just like scaly, like his skin ain't soft. You know what I mean? Like he's and I'm not saying people that don't have soft skin don't deserve love. I'm not saying that, my fucking God. I'm going to beat myself up for anything. But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that he's not, I don't know, whatever.
He's
I don't
Orange
fucking know.
County. He is
He is
Malibu
Orange
rum and
County.
Diet Pepsi. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's all they
Yeah.
have down there. They
He's
have John
Malibu Rum and Diet
Jansen.
Pepsi
Those are your
or fucking
choices.
Shore.
They inspect the promise ring that John Jansen gave to Alexis. She explained she met him at the Quiet Woman. They tried to fight their feelings, but the heart wants what the heart wants. And then Alexis brings up Emily calling John a doucher
A doucher?
on Tamara's podcast. And then Alexis gets crazy and she's like, where did you get your information about him? And Emily's like, I had 3 years of firsthand experience.
Yeah,
what are you
like
talking about?
my job,
Yeah.
this job that I've had forever.
And she's like, and it was reinforced by Shannon reminding us like what a deadbeat he is. And then Alexis is like, well, just you wait and you get to know him and you'll love him as much as I do. And they're like, we know him already.
Yeah,
What are you
we'll get to know
talking about?
Johnnie J. Oh my God.
Johnnie J.
He is
And
not,
also,
yeah.
Alexis lost me here because she's like, she asked Emily, like, where did you get your information from? Shannon? You're going to take the word of a drunk who just got a DUI?
That was low and disgusting and uncalled for.
And I immediately flashed on, didn't we hear about John Jansen having to have his old dad pick his 60-year-old ass up from like a charity golf event because he was too drunk to stand up outside on a golf course? Like, are you taking your information from him? Is he a better source? They're both monsters.
Seriously.
Like, give it a rest.
Seriously.
Alexis.
What I love about Emily, she's the most real person on this cast. She is the most real person on this cast. And she calls it like she sees it, but in a real way. Like she's never going to be out there like, I call it like I see it. You know, like Tamara is the one who says that she calls it like she sees it, but she doesn't. Emily actually does. She's just being honest. She's just being honest about her observations. And if she does go into a judgy place where and the person that she's judging or who's having a hard time with what she's saying says, hey, yo, Emily, chill. Emily will stop and take a beat and think about it and go, huh? Like she doesn't just apologize to make everything nice and clean and tidy. I love Emily Simpson.
I do too. She's great.
I do.
And Heather did note, she's like, I do worry just because it's fast. Like they've been together for a month and, there's already promise rings and like, it's just a lot. And then, she says, when you get to know him, you're going to love him as much as I do. And I'm like, they already know him, you moron. And she goes,
Yeah.
that's my Johnnie J. And Heather's only good line of the night was when she said that's the best rebrand since Mayo became aioli. And I was like, I don't know who wrote that for you. You delivered it poorly, but it was still funny. So good on them.
Yeah. Agreed. Oh God. But yes, I continue to respect Emily. I really do.
She's great.
Oh, Shannon at her lawyer's office, who again talk about a rebrand of a situation that happened. Like, you're going to be able to one day talk about this with people and maybe save them. And you and I both know we're both firm believers in everything happens for a reason. Part of why we do this podcast is so that what if we are able to help someone with our takes? And so, but this lawyer is like, I guess he's quasi PR as well, because that was the most heinous line of bullshit I've ever seen someone puff up someone's ass over a DUI,
Yeah,
right?
it was ridiculous. And Shannon was ridiculous in the scene, saying like, "Well, I don't want any special treatment." Yes, you do. It's why you hired this very expensive lawyer. We all want special treatment, you dumbass. Stop trying to pretend that you're like, happy to be like a peasant prostrating yourself on the ground. You're not.
It
It's
was,
just so annoying.
it
It's
was,
so but if she completes 3 years of probation, she can have her case reassessed and her conviction expunged. And then she tells us she was assigned 9 months of alcohol school, okay, and 40 hours of community service. That's nothing.
40 hours is insulting.
It literally
It's
she
insulting.
ran into someone's house and then walked her dog, and she got
Right.
40 in 1 week? And
She
she
fucked
works
that
at her
house up.
church thrift shop. That's
Yeah.
where she works.
Yeah.
And
She's
on
not
Watch
on
What
the side of
Happened
the road.
Live, she was like very proud to report that, like, and I still work there because it felt so good. I'm like, you're
And then
saying
her
that,
big smile.
yeah. And the second that airs, she's like, oh, sorry, I'm too busy. I can't work thrift shop. There's nothing about her is sincere. She's an idiot.
Shannon's real sick.
Yeah, I
Shannon's
agree.
real sick.
That's the way to look at it. You're right.
She's sick, and I can't stand that kind of behavior.
Yep.
I don't like that kind of sick behavior. I don't like
She
it.
hit what really should have been a bottom. And I was really hoping to see a different, like contrite, honest version of herself. But instead, she's just like playing a part of like, it's John Jansen's fault. I'm so glad I'm not with him anymore. And like, I don't want any special treatment. I'm going to work at my church thrift store because that's who I am now. No, it's not. You know where Shannon Bedore was? Right after this happened, right here in my neighborhood. She was staying at Jeff Lewis's house, hiding in Los Angeles.
That's right.
In his like fancy ass home. Anyways, she's not.
Have you seen him lately in your neighborhood?
I see him all the time walking around.
So wild. He scares the shit out of me.
He scares me too.
He scares the shit
neighbor.
out of me. He scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, I've told you.
He just like,
yeah.
He could give you a black eye with his meanness. Like, he wouldn't even have to touch you, and like some sort of energy will come out of him and be like, bam, you're like, oh my fucking God, Jeff Lewis hit me.
So yeah, I can feel him coming like 3 blocks away. And I
Wow.
recognize his gait now. Like there's something, it's literally like an energy shift in the atmosphere. And I'm sure, again, it's something in me reacting to him. You know what I mean? There's something in him that must represent like father figure or like something where I'm like, you better put on a good show right now. And I like put the dog on a shorter leash to make sure, like, I'm crazy. Why?
Oh my
Who
God, I don't
cares?
know. Do not.
And I always say hello and he always says hello back, but he always looks furious. But he's also famous. Maybe it's fucking annoying to be famous. Maybe it's annoying to feel like everyone's looking at you and trying to figure out, like, I don't know.
Jeff Lewis is famous to a particular group of people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
and I am that demo and he knows it. He can smell that stink on me.
But I mean, like, if I were Jeff Lewis, I wouldn't be just walking around thinking like, do you know who I am? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that is.
No, but not, do you know who I am? Like, I feel like, I don't know. Like, he's a famous person. And so I walked by him and I was like, oh, I looked at the shape of his like legs and shorts, which I wouldn't do with a normal person. How annoying would that be to be like evaluated as you're just trying to take a walk around your fucking neighborhood? Like, whatever.
I don't know.
Who knows? Again, not what you called. John Mayer, Jeff Lewis, not part of the show.
Oh, God.
Then we get to more parentifying and we move on to Tamara and Sophia getting a tattoo. And clearly, Sophia spoke with her mother before these scenes and said, I don't want to talk about dad and I don't want to talk about Sydney. And Tamara in the car says, do you talk to your dad? And she goes, I'm not talking about dad, in a tone that says, we've already discussed this, mother. And then Tamara gets her, angel numbers tattoo saying, every time I see 3 ones, I always think of Sydney, and it makes me cry because I want her back. And God bless Sophia for saying, Tamara says, "I know you don't want to talk about her." And Sophia goes, "Not really." And then she has to go hug Tamara, which is parentifying. And then Sophia goes, "Talk to your therapist about this. I'm not your therapist." And Tamara, to no surprise, says, "I don't have a therapist." And I was like, no, duh.
I don't understand why she doesn't. Like,
Because
that
that's for sick
shocks
people.
me.
That's for Shannon. That's for people who have consequences in their lives.
I
Tamara
mean,
thinks that she is above it all, except that one of her daughters won't talk to her. But for whatever reason, that's not registering as a problem.
and we saw her divorce go down IRL.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's all Simon's fault. She blames everything on
of course.
Simon. It's Sydney's fault. It's Simon's fault. It's never her fault. It's nothing she's done or could do. So we'll just cry about it and get a tattoo and hope Sydney watches this and changes her mind. Yuck.
My, um my disgust and disdain for Tamara in this scene came from when she's like, "Well, what if you meet a guy and he doesn't like tattoos?" Shut the fuck up. Then he's not her guy. Then and you want your daughter to be with someone that doesn't like, no, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, like, don't
Like
you
the
hope he likes you as
right.
opposed to the tattoo? Like, if the tattoo is a deal breaker, then this is
Then
stupid.
this
And like,
then that it's like simple. Like then that's not your person.
and if that's the only thing he's attracted to, like, I don't know. It's also
Oh my
dumb.
god, the
Tamara's like,
fact that she that was like the first thing that she said. And
yeah,
she
that
said it
was a
to
bummer.
Sophia, who clearly I don't know this daughter at all, but I was like, she doesn't give a fuck. And she said as much like,
Well, and it's
dude, it's
also
20
like,
fucking 24.
and Tamara would never, she would never say that to Ryan. She wouldn't say like, "What if a girl doesn't like it?" It's so misogynistic and just so like
So
so
gross.
Orange County.
It's so Orange County. Gotta be hot and gotta be cute and gotta be what the man wants you to be because if you're
Yep.
not, then you won't get one. And it's like, I don't know if she's seen the dirt bags that are in Orange County, but they love them some fucking tattoos, head to fucking toe. So I
And
don't
again, it's like the tattoos, I just hope they like the person,
exactly,
Like, can we
exactly.
just not
She's so
be
lame,
about,
dude.
yeah, whatever. Then we head into this Gina and Travis scene, which
Oh
broke
my
my heart.
god.
But it started in the weirdest way, which we get Gina talking to the dog, where she goes like, "You're such a good boy. You're the love of mommy's life." And then she sits down at the table and goes, "Nom, nom, nom." And then immediately
Did not
transitions
notice any of
into,
that shit.
"So there's a house I'm gonna look at and move out and leave you and destroy our family." And I was like, "What just happened?" She went from like, "You're such a good boy, nom, nom, nom. Sorry, we're breaking up forever." It was a real whiplash launch into the scene, but it was devastating. And the line that broke my heart the most was Gina says to Travis, "I don't want to confuse the kids. I don't want them to think we're breaking up." And Travis says, "Well, unfortunately, they don't have a say. We make the decision and they live with it." And I
Yeah.
was like, I hope you fucking listen to that, Gina, because when they hate you down the line for making this decision, reflect on this moment. Like, they didn't have a say then. They'll grow up and have one. And don't Tamara Barney your ass when they don't talk to you. Like, this is traumatic. You are tearing apart the only stability they've known for 4.5 years, and rude. But
I wrote down like her quote, like, as a parent, you have to do the thing that doesn't feel good because it's in the best interest of the greater good. And I wrote admirable, but now that we're talking about it, yeah, like
if
4
Travis was,
years.
like, abusing them, sure,
Yeah.
but, like, I just don't know. I don't see what's
Mm.
damaging the children. I see Gina's what I understand, she said, "The problem in my relationship is not my relationship, it's his ex-wife." So what does that have to do with the kids? He
Yeah.
put up with your ex-husband.
Yeah, dude.
I just don't understand, like, why the whole dynamic is just shifting. Anyways, I'm with Travis. I was just sitting there with tears in my eyes going like, "This fucking sucks."
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to yawn. I apologize.
Oh, it's late. I'm sorry.
It is
I'm
no,
also
it's not
said
your
this
fault.
same thing 100 times. Anyways, it's just heartbreaking. It's
It's
clear to
so
me, it felt
heartbreaking.
clear that it's, like, over and this is the beginning of the end, and separating is sad.
Oh, Jesus. I wonder
And
what's gonna
everyone
happen.
will be okay on the other side of it, but, like, for Gina to pretend that it's going to come without consequence, or like they won't break up, or the kids won't be completely confused. I don't want to confuse them. Really? Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Anyways.
Then we go to the Dubrow party makeup montage. Everyone's getting ready to go to Heather's party at the Balboa Bay Club because they live there. So I decided to throw a party. Let's just throw the ducats all over Southern fucking California. No, she's not throwing ducats. She's this fucking SpawnCon party. She's so lame. She's so lame. Anyway, I just wrote gross Eddie.
Eddie is gross.
And then I'm very intrigued by Katie. The
I
Sutton
love
connection.
Katie.
I love Katie.
And I don't love Sutton, but I was, for whatever reason, I was like, Sutton's vetting of her, I was like, yes, then. And I was like, who am I? But I loved Katie. She had very little screen time, but every take I thought she had was right on. You know why? Because she hates Heather Dubrow. Hates her.
Can't wait.
They all meet, they get to the Balboa Bay Resort and Hotel as Heather is micromanaging her setup. And Katie meets Heather. And then in a confessional, she says, we've met before. This is the first time she said hello back. And I was like, that feels deep.
Well, one of the most satisfying experiences, not the most satisfying. Okay, I'm saying that, like, when I got to call someone out on this, it was like, it was like, I walked away and I was all fucking, yeah. Like,
what was it? What was the situation?
I just hit a triple. Okay, so there was this guy in San Diego. He is a wannabe hipster doofus. Like, he's not even fucking hip enough to be a hipster doofus. Like, he's just like such a fucking idiot. And he was at my friend's wedding, one of my best friend's wedding. I was the maid of honor. Like, I have been in the same satellite of people as this stupid idiot for over 20 years. And he'd met me so many fucking times, Margee. So many fucking times he's met me, including at that wedding in like 2001. My point is that the night I became cool to him, it was when my ex-boyfriend died, and we all went to like our favorite bar that we went to like all the time to like see each other and commiserate and just be there, a week after. And so I guess he finally put the two and two together that like he and I had been boyfriend and girlfriends. And so it was like, oh, I'm going to be like, oh, hey, yeah, nice to meet you. And I'm like, bitch, we've met. Take your wannabe, like, he was always, Jesus, who cares? That's not why anyone called. All I'm saying is that, like, when Katie did that when she gave us the aside about Heather, I was like, oh, I know that type.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now you're worthy of saying hello to. Fuck off. I'd tell him to his face.
Yeah.
I probably did in so many words that night. I think I probably was like, yeah, we've met so many times.
Well, and it looks, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. And then he was like, and I walked away. And well, no.
It looks like in the course of the season, Katie does tell Heather off. And I love it. Because Katie is from LA. She's friends with Sutton. Heather, like you said, the stink of orange, have a 90210 address, but like you reek of Malibu rum and Diet Pepsi.
Of Malibu rum and Diet Pepsi. Yeah. She's a big fish in a little pond down in Orange County. But you come up to Beverly Hills, and I'm not even talking about like Lisa fucking I'm talking about the Sutton Stracks of Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And because Sutton lives in Beverly Hills. Dorit doesn't. Kyle doesn't.
Sutton lives in Bel Air.
The Bel Air is even, personally, if I had a choice. Yeah.
It's behind a big old gate. It's so expensive up there.
Bel Air is so expensive. Anyway.
And huge. Every property is, anyways, who cares? Yeah.
Goddamn, dude.
Jen gets a tarot reading saying that trust that things are changing for the good. And I was like, ugh. But I think they are. I tried to reinterpret that as like the truth is kind. So things are changing for the good because this moron is about to be exposed for who he really is. Oh, but then I just remember they're engaged. So never mind.
They got engaged, I think, after that too.
Great. Well, forget it.
Yeah. Like she's like, abandon hope, ye all who enter here, meaning her brain. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it's not our monkey, not our circus,
Yeah.
whatever. Okay. I really like Gina's confessional look. I'm not sure what's going on. It's a very deep U of a dress with like a large
Sparkly foil.
sparkly tube top, but
Mhm.
her hair looks good. Her makeup, her eye makeup just made her eyes look so stunning.
Yeah.
She talks
did
about
look
how
good.
awkward it is to be CC'd on emails about Jen not being able to make rent. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. That's so gnarly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's tough because I guess it's a big ding against Gina's credibility as a real estate agent if she's putting people in homes who can't, if she's not putting reliable tenants in homes, that's going to be hard. But it's a
I mean,
one-off and,
yeah,
I did laugh at Emily just absolutely retching when she got a sip of that like gelatinous 2024 thing in her mouth and she just like threw it up and
I
back in
loved
her
it.
glass
I
and then
loved it.
kept drinking. She's like, whatever, I drink after the dog. And I was like, you are just like you said, she's the most honest person. And like, I can't even be mad at it. It was disgusting and hilarious and perfect and no notes.
I just love that, like, it happened, Heather's all, there's no sand and no blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like, yeah, well, and of course it happened to Emily. Emily had to be the one that was like, what the fuck?
Well, it happened to everyone. That's the part that makes me laugh is everyone was like, everyone. I know that feeling. I know exactly what that topper is. It's just
It's
stop it.
disgusting.
Just dial your party back by like 0.5%. Just don't put the gelatinous 2024 topper.
Sutton Strack's not going to put a fucking gelatinous 2024 topper on a
you're right.
goddamn espresso martini.
No party in Bel Air is going to have a gelatinous anything touching anything.
I mean,
Forget
it could be like some Nouveau Riche McMansion kind of a person might do that, but like
not the real money.
Not the real money. Oh, God.
Then Shannon finally arrives and, says she hasn't really socialized since her DUI and she doesn't know who will be judging her. She does apologize to Gina, but it's a generic apology. She just says, I'm sorry. And Gina accepts it without, I always wish that they would be like, for what? I want you to say it. Say you're sorry for threatening Child Protective Services on me. Say you're sorry for coming at me for a DUI for years when 5 months ago you ran into a house and walked your dog.
Right.
Like at least Gina's was normal. She got pulled over.
Normal. Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
It's just, and she just gets away with saying like, sorry. And then Gina's a very good friend because she encourages Shannon to go talk to Alexis and says, but in good lighting.
Oh my God. I know. I know. I said Gina is so kind and loving. But you're right. In this situation, she is. She might not be with Travis, TBD, but like, yeah, Shannon interrupted her to apologize profusely. I don't even know if I bought her apology either. I don't think I bought it.
I didn't really, but I think basically, like Gina had said in a confessional, I don't want to kick anyone when they're down. And I think Shannon was basically communicating like, I'm down and I can't rehash the apology. I can't do anything but just sort of like be here in my tight dress right now. And I think Gina read that and was like, all right, I accept your apology. Let's just move on. We both have DUIs now. So like, what's up, sister? Like,
but like the fact that she was like, I never thought that Shannon would apologize to me. And I was like, she was just so taken by that. And like, so like, she really thought that was something, and that I think is what made me like, dude, it ain't like this should not be something that you're, I don't know. Not that she didn't have to be gracious about it, about accepting the apology, but like Shannon's doing it because what else is she supposed to do?
Right. And she has bigger fish to fry. She has Alexis coming up, so she's not going to waste her time trying to like get into it with Gina. She doesn't care anymore. And then we get into everything that I absolutely love about Housewives, which is all of the women gathering at the window to read lips.
Oh my God, totally.
Emily with her like knees open and her like snatch pressed up against the glass while she's trying to like watch and read. Shannon and Alexis moving their own set pieces outside, like dragging a metal table across the cement. Nobody's helping.
Totally.
And as Katie put it, this is the NFL of tea. And I was like, yes, I love Katie. So yeah, this was like the perfect climactic ending to the episode. Shannon and Alexis have their talk outside. Shannon starts calm, then quickly veers into victim territory and blaming Alexis for the $300,000 judgment against her. And Alexis just shreds her and says, "This is uncomfortable for both of us. You're the ex and I'm the new," which is just like, oh,
Oh
that
my
is
God.
mean. I
It
don't know
was,
why, but it
it's,
feels mean.
I got the distinct impression that Alexis practiced these lines in the mirror before she went to this party. And I think that's probably why she was quiet. I don't think she was listening. She was waiting for her cue. She's all, and you're on. You're the ex. I'm the new. Because I don't know about you, but I was shocked when Shannon was like bringing up the lawsuit. I thought it was going to be, and I do believe, like, I know Alexis can say until she's blue in the face, this is about John. I do think it's about the lawsuit. I don't think John is helping at all. I think that's also like a thing. But
I
I
think it's
do,
100% about John.
you don't think it's about the lawsuit at all? God, am I just like, what am I
No,
missing here?
no. I think we just see it differently because I saw it because Shannon says it's about the lawsuit and $300,000 and I was a single mother and you took that money from me. And John Jansen was with me the whole time I was going through all that agony. And I was like, why did she bring John Jansen up? It's about John Jansen. And I think Alexis is a bitch, but I think she's right. I think Shannon's mad about John Jansen, even if Shannon is also glad to be rid of him. I don't know. I guess I've been in that situation before where like you have an ex and you know that you weren't meant to be together, but once they move on with someone else, it's like, no, you don't get to be happy. So I think
Yeah.
Shannon's trying to like say, like, you don't get to be happy. And John Jansen didn't like how you behaved because he's with me when I complained about this. So
Oh,
he doesn't
shit.
like
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels like, because to me, the $300,000, it's old news. She's known that she'll be paying this off till it's paid off. It's not about that. We never heard Alexis's name mentioned ever in all the years
I
that
don't
this has
think
been
that she
going
was
on.
probably allowed to. That's why.
Maybe, but
I
it sounds
think
like she's still paying the settlement.
part of the settlement was that they couldn't talk about it. I think
They are now.
I know they are now. You're right. Wow.
I mean, I have no idea, but it does feel John Jansen centric.
Oh my God.
Because she talked so much about him before, saying like John Jansen claimed he dumped me because of my public facing life and that I embarrassed him and I ruined his family name. And then 6 weeks later, he's in bed with someone who is on the exact same show, involved in a lawsuit with Shannon, a very public facing like it feels like John Jansen is a significant factor in all of this.
Oh,
What
for
a
sure.
what
For
a
sure. For
what a
sure.
doucher.
He is
To
such a
quote
doucher.
Emily, what a
It's true.
doucher.
Like he what did Gina say? She said that rad line about like why this man worked them both and now they're out there and they have to scrap.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true. Scrapping over John Jansen. Ew. Ew.
Oh
Ew.
God.
Ew. He's like as bad as Schwartz and Sandoval to me. He's just
That's
an older,
interesting. Orange
drier
County.
skinned man.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's the
Who
Diet
needs his
Pepsi
dad to pick him
Malibu
up from
rum
a golf tournament
because he's so drunk at
because he
age
can't even
60.
call an
Yuck.
Uber, I guess. Right.
Oh,
Alexis storms off, and then Shannon takes the most aggressive swig of fizzy water in a muscle memory reaction. Like if this had only been wine, or I'm sorry, vodka, because didn't she drink vodka soda?
yeah,
So
Grey Goose.
girl, it ain't gonna hit. It's not gonna hit like your Grey Goose did. Yeah. I mean, this was a great first episode, and I'm real stoked. I'm real stoked that this is where we get to go. And I know they're gonna exhaust us in the time that by the time we get to the end, we're gonna be like, oh, thank God, but this is gonna be a really good season, I think.
This was an amazing launch for sure. And I love this
100.
new addition. I think Katie
Oh,
seems awesome. So I'm very excited for more of her.
Katie, we love you already. And we've seen you for a sum total of maybe 2 minutes on our screen. And we love you.
And
Huge
she
fans.
did great because she wasn't like pushing or trying, or she was just there. Like you can just, again, it's like you're saying, she has Beverly Hills energy. in Orange County. She's
Mhm.
super grounded, like doesn't
Mhm.
need to perform.
Mhm.
Just I can't wait for that to throw all of them off because they don't
Mhm.
know how to just like be. They always have to like be up to something.
Yep.
So,
Yep. I loves it. I loves it.
yep,
Can't wait to see more.
it's
I
pretty
can't
great.
wait. I can't wait. I feel like Katie is going to be the one that speaks on behalf of all of the people that think Heather is a piece of shit because she's a very polarizing housewife. You
Yeah.
love her. This is why we watch Housewives. We watch for this. We don't want to watch like, self-aware. Meh. Listen, Katie is my kind of housewife. Like, she's got all the shit. She's got all the material stuff that we like to watch, but she's also gonna like keep that shit real. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah,
And
she
she's a
seems
woman of
amazing.
color. And I always love
I
to see that,
know.
especially in Orange fucking County.
Yeah, I really hope.
Malibu rum and Diet Pepsi.
Yeah,
Bruh.
says it all.
Um,
Pepsi.
my
Ugh.
friend, what else do you have anything else about this episode before we
No,
move
no,
on?
that's it.
What else did you watch this week or the last few weeks?
I have been watching. I just finished Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders.
Okay.
It's America's Sweetheart, the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders. It's amazing. It's everything I love about reality TV and dance and that stage of life. Like it's fascinating. I loved it. Some people find it slow and it's not for them, and I totally get it. But as someone who has a dance background and who was this close to being a Nick City dancer, I recognized the audition. But yeah, I got down to the end and I didn't get the gig. But
Margee,
then
you were
you
a
see what it
Rockette, and then you were down to the end of being a Nick City dancer.
down to the end of being a Nick City dancer first, didn't get the job, and then got to be a Rockette for 5 minutes before I tore my hamstring. But it's really, really well produced and directed and edited. It's really well done. I loved it. I'm also watching Alone, which again is
Oh,
one of
that's
my
right.
favorite shows on the History Channel. It's so weird and gross and amazing and just like the ultimate exploration of like humanity's need for community, like and the occasional one-off weirdo who just absolutely does not need to connect with human beings, but it's a real one-off weirdo. Most people have to come to terms with people need people. And then I watched the first episode of The Bachelorette and it was
Oh my God.
utterly forgettable. I
It
don't
was
remember anything that
I don't
happened.
remember anything about The Bachelorette this week except for the two guys fighting
In the
about who got to sit in the Ferrari, and the guy whose Ferrari it was walked away. And I was all, oh, oh my God. Tell the guy to get the fuck out of your car. Like, tell him to get the fuck out of your car.
But
What are
also,
you
like,
doing?
who cares?
Who cares?
And she's like 24. Like, may she not? Like, it appears that she does not get married. And I'm like, good. Like, please don't get engaged. You're a baby. Enjoy dating all of these weird men. But like, the guys fighting over a Ferrari is just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm aging out of that show, but I don't remember anything except being like, what? There's a man wearing a backpack of balloons. What is happening?
Oh my God, the entrances are out of control. That show needs to be put out to pasture. It needs to go. It needs to go. Yes.
Yeah, needs a revamp, like a big, significant revamp.
Right. I mean,
You
maybe
can't just get a new mansion and be like, it's totally different, except it's exactly the same.
it's so stupid. Like it's just, I don't know. It's for I firmly believe they keep it on for the evangelicals that are attached to it
Mm.
because I can't see the here's okay. Are you done? Is that what did you watch anything
That's it.
else?
No,
No,
that's
because
it. That's it.
my point is like to transition into what I watched is I watched all of season 2 of Perfect Match. I never watched season
Oh.
1, but I watched all of season 2. And you know, Netflix does the dating shows right. The Bachelor could never. The Bachelor could never.
Well, they reject sex and honesty,
Yeah,
so
they like to
it's
slut
hard.
shame and all that crap. So, yeah, Perfect Match, fucking incredible reality television dating show. So toxic, so entertaining, so everything you want. I watched all of season 2 of Worst Roommate Ever. It's so fucking good, dude. That show is so good. It's so entertaining. It's so
Yeah.
gnarly. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
And then, as much as I resisted watching it when it first came out, I think I was just desperate. And so I watched Owning Manhattan, not all of it yet, but like
Oh, yeah.
the first 2 episodes. And I always remember how much I loved Ryan Serhant from $1 Million Listing in New York. Like, I loved Ryan. I don't know.
Hate
I loved
him.
Frederick too. I get it. And this is, I mean, it is like ego on steroids, on growth hormones, on whatever. Like, it is wow. It is crazy. But I just like, I get hard the minute I walk into one of those apartments and I get to see a closet or a fucking insane bathroom or like a pool on a rooftop in New York. You know, again, it's just pure fantasy. It's like flipping through a magazine, but I don't have to lift my fingers. Like my eyes get to flip the pages.
Yeah. I started watching Million Dollar Listing, Los Angeles. They
Oh
have a new
yeah, how
season
is
out.
it? How is it so
Love it.
far?
I love it.
Oh,
But
I need
again,
to watch it.
they're all like hateable creatures, and it's just absurdist properties that like can't exist in real life for 99% of the population. So
So funny.
it's great.
And what was
And
your
what was
antidepressant this week, friend? I know,
Jinx.
Jinx.
I did like a storytelling show on Monday night, and it was an all-female lineup, and I don't know what is wrong with me raised in the 80s. I got, like, weird about that. I was like, "No one's gonna come, like, it's gonna be everyone's just gonna, like, whatever." It was an amazing audience. I only knew one of the other performers. I was so awed and inspired and, like, in love with these other women of all ages who got up and told stories that were just so honest and affirming and hilarious, and I just was so every now and then I think, like, I'm old enough now where I know where all the talent in this town is. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I've seen the show 100 times. I've never done it before, and then I showed up, and it was just, like, an outrageously entertaining and satisfying and inspiring evening. The culture is amazing, and again, I fall in love
It's
with
the
LA. I'm
best.
like, on a random Monday night, you can see this for $20?
Fuck yeah, you can,
Like, that's
dude.
amazing. It was great.
Yeah.
And I was so happy for all of the people who were in there. Like, I didn't recognize them. I don't know the people who go to the theater either. Like, everybody's doing stuff in this town. I'm so happy about
I
it.
love that.
That was my antidepressant. It was just that,
Mm.
like, culture is thriving and people, sorry to be like gross, but like art matters.
Fuck yeah,
Like,
it
people
does.
went
And
out
that's
of their
not
way.
gross.
But it's like a gross way to say it. I feel like it's like Stephen Sondheim, like art isn't easy, blah,
I
all that
know, but
bullshit.
I
But
know what
like
you're
it
saying, though. It
matters. It was
does.
so everybody left in a different headspace and with different things to think about. And I just thought it was beautiful. So, anyways, that was my antidepressant this week. How about you?
Life is lifing right now. Like it's really lifing. Life is really there. It's just, I'm healthy. My family is healthy. It's nothing like that. It's just, I'm having one of those times when, how do I even say this? Everything feels like an excruciating process right now. Everything feels really overwhelming and unsettled and really uncomfortable. So fucking uncomfortable. And the fact that like I can just let myself cry and cry and cry and cry and cry over it and then feel better after I'm done crying is good. And like today again, like the searching for this fucking birth certificate to get my goddamn real ID, like it has really just ripped off the scab on how chaos no longer works in my life. And it's not serving me at all. And so I was able to do like some rage induced organizing and cleaning, when you're so mad and you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck it. And you're like, you're not going to fuck around. You're like cutthroat about the shit that you decide to shred or throw in the recycling. And
Yep.
before, if you had done it when you were in a good place, you're like, well, I don't know, maybe I need this receipt. But when you're mad, you're like, it's just cutthroat. It's cut fucking throat. And so, yeah, I was able to channel my angst for good and go through some piles that needed to be gone through. And every time I can cry and release energy, I find that it's very healing because it means I'm in the feeling, you know? And so if I'm crying, that means I'm in the feeling and I'm working through whatever is going on. That is really, it's a way to like, you know, reframe an uncomfortable part of, how do I explain it? Like an uncomfortable process right now. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
that's good. Also, the weather, it's been hot as hell, but I'm so much happier when it's sunny and warm than I am when it's gray and cold. I can handle a couple days of rain and then it's like, fuck all this. I'm like, I understand 60 and 65 and 75-degree weather, and I understand that that's comfortable, but there's something about it being like undeniably summer that makes me feel happy. And I am also I've been getting a lot of texts like, what are you doing for your birthday? What are you doing for your birthday? What are you doing for your birthday? And like, I'm really loved by my people. And I sometimes like forget I'm so fucking lonely here, Margee. I'm so lonely. My family doesn't live here. I have some dear friends here, but like I need all my people sometimes,
Community.
the ones that have known me for so long, because I feel like I'm in a really vulnerable place right now. And when I'm vulnerable, I need to be with the people that know me, warts and all, and have been, I know you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, just hearing from you guys about that is really nice.
I mean, you are so loved and so valued, and just I'll never be able to express my gratitude for the fact that you were born and came into my life in like the weirdest, hottest, sweatiest, stinkiest room in Los Angeles. And
My
like,
God.
but yeah.
Thank you,
And I
friend.
also that feeling like, you know, there was an article in the New York Magazine or something, I don't know, about it was called the loneliness epidemic. And it has to do also with like this stage of life. Like you you s- it's not that you've stopped motion in your life, but it's not in that way where you're continuing to gather new people every time you're out
Right.
in the world. Either you're seeing the same people over and over again, or you're more focused on fewer people, and it creates a feeling of loneliness however connected or disconnected you actually are. Like yeah, it's weird. No one
It's
no
really
one
weird.
talks about these things.
They don't. They don't.
But I love you so much,
I
and I
love you
hate
so
that I'm
much.
not up there, but I love that there's a whole chorus of people who a week out are like, "Let's fucking go.
I
Let's
know. It's
celebrate
really
this life."
nice. It's really nice.
Yeah,
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I love my friends so much. I just wish that I wish you guys were closer. That's
me
all.
too.
You know, like I have one best friend here, which is fucking great. Like, honestly, it's like so great. But, I left LA in 2011 and I left all my, I left all my people. And yeah, when you get to be this age, it's like, it's just, and I'm just having one of those moments where I need the people that like, I can just like let it all hang the fuck out with and be really vulnerable because I'm just in a really vulnerable place right now. That's
Yeah.
what it is. I'm in a really vulnerable place right now. And I feel really, I feel alone. Like there's nothing like when you're vulnerable and when you're people face to face. It's like, yes, texting and phone calls are fucking great. They're my lifelines. But right now I need face to face. I need side by side on the couch in sweatpants, you know?
Yeah, like a living room full of friends,
Yes,
whether you're
that's exactly
talking
what I
about what's
need.
going on or
Yep.
not, just that energy in
Yes.
one space, like it does. It's a it's a scientific reality that
Yeah.
molecules in a space shift when human beings occupy it together.
Yeah.
And Zoom is wonderful and phone calls are wonderful and texting and all of that, I agree. But like the actual in-person connection, especially like I can find myself really aching for because we had the luxury of being in the same place and both of us had that luxury of our families were here too.
Yep.
And when it sometimes I'll just ache for what that felt like.
My
It was
God.
so much access to everyone we went to the ArcLight like every Sunday, you know? And it just, not that I took it for granted, but it was just
I
my
know. Yeah.
routine.
Yeah, exactly.
And I didn't
It was
have to like
always
think
such an
about
event.
it.
Right. I
Yeah.
know. And like, I mean, my sister lived a mile from me in one direction. My mom lived a mile from me the other direction. We were always at my fucking sister's house, or my mom was making dinner for everybody, or I would see you, or I would, drive to San Diego or whatever. And
Or the
I,
birthday parties every summer at your house.
right. Oh my
Like
God.
on
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
lawn outside. And
Yeah.
like, I mean, just things that were such routine.
Yeah. And I
That,
love my husband and I love my son, but right
yes.
now I really I need my girlfriends.
Mm.
So anyway, it's my sister's birthday on a Saturday and like the first weekend in August. And I was like, oh, can I come up? She's all, fuck yeah. So
Oh,
I'm going up to Portland for my sister's birthday.
I'm so
Me too.
glad.
Like right now, just like the doctor is seriously just ordering, like, I need to be with my best friends right now.
Yeah.
That's what I need the most. And I don't have it. And I haven't had it consistently since 2011. And it's just really fucking hard sometimes. It's really fucking hard. And I'm so grateful that I have people that are on this coast. That's good. But, and also that like, that make me ache this hard when I can't see them.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking lucky,
Yeah. It's true.
Anyway, so
But
it's
I'm
a
also like, it's so
perverted way to get to
courageous.
an antidepressant. What?
It's such a courageous thing to like, I feel like it's probably all connected to like the fact that you've been brave enough to let yourself cry. Like I'll often put off crying as long as I can because
Me
I'm
too.
afraid if I start, I'll never stop.
Absolutely.
Because I start thinking about everything that upsets me and I forget that everything has a beginning, middle, and end, even crying. And it'll start up again on
Yeah.
occasion. But
Yeah.
like, I'm just like, I'm so inspired by you just being like, my antidepressant is letting it out as opposed to like, again, our society is like, just grind, just keep moving
Just
forward, just keep
grind.
doing
It'll
shit.
get
It's like,
better.
sometimes you just have to like collapse under the weight of it all to see the way out,
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, I love you so much.
I love you
And
so much. I'm
yeah.
so glad that these fucking train wrecks are back on our screen so I can
know,
see you and
these
talk about it.
Dingbats are so necessary. They really
Ella.
are. Thank
They
God
really
for
are.
them.
I know, honestly.
Yeah.
We're almost at 2 hours. I might break this up into
Jesus
2. I'm not sure.
Christ.
I know. So
Well,
this
the
might be a
episode was
2-parter.
long. And we haven't talked in a minute.
And we haven't,
So
yeah, it's been a hot
we
minute.
really,
So
everybody's getting the full catch up on this
yes.
episode. But
oh God, I'm so happy to see you. Everyone
too.
listening, we're so happy to be back. I don't know if I like breaks. I don't really know if I like it. I'm not sure.
They didn't give us a choice.
They didn't give us a choice.
Bravo
That's
didn't
true.
give us anything.
They didn't give us
but a
nothing
break.
right now, right? So
But now we're in it.
yes, so glad to be back. Everyone, take good care of yourself. If you feel on the verge of those tears, just like let them go. Call your friends. You're loved.
Yes.
Promise you that.
It has a beginning, middle, and end. It has a beginning,
middle, and an end.
I have to remind myself.
Me
it
too,
has
dude.
An end.
Me too. Me too.
I don't have to know when or what it is.
Nope, just that it will. And it always has. It always has. There's always been a beginning, middle, and an end.
But I always think like, but this is the one time it's going to be different every single time. So anyways, I feel you and I love you.
I love you.
And everybody, take really good care of yourselves and we'll talk next week.
Yes, we will talk to you next week. All right, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Ramona and Margee are obviously not doctors and do not provide medical advice. Their content is intended to be used for entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to be, should not be interpreted as, or used as a substitute for medical advice or a diagnosis of any health or fitness problem, condition, or disease, nor a recommendation for a specific test, doctor, care provider, procedure, treatment plan, product, or course of action.
My mom isn't a doctor.